Chosen one, this message has found you at the perfect time. This is no coincidence. The universe, the divine, and your higher self have aligned to bring you to this very moment. Something deep inside you has always known the truth, yet the world has tried to silence it. You have felt it all your life, a strange pull, a quiet whisper, a sense that you do not belong in this world as it is. You have questioned why your path has been filled with struggles others seem to avoid. You have wondered why your heart carries a depth that few understand, why deception is so obvious to you when others remain blind to it. The answer is simple yet profound. You are not ordinary. You are not random. You are the lost child of a divine royal bloodline, chosen before time began. Your soul carries the lineage of kings, of sacred rulers, of those called to lead, to heal, to awaken the sleeping. You have been placed among the ordinary, hidden in plain sight, but never meant to remain there. Your life has been a test, a refining fire meant to awaken you to your true nature. And now, the time has come to remember. The signs have been appearing, subtle yet persistent, like whispers from the universe urging you to remember. Have you noticed them? The repeating numbers that seem to follow you wherever you go, 111, 222, 444, appearing on clocks, receipts and street signs, as if the universe itself is trying to get your attention. Have you felt the pull of strange synchronicities, moments when events align too perfectly to be mere coincidences? Have you experienced an unexplainable hunger for wisdom, a yearning that goes beyond the material world, as though your soul is searching for something it cannot yet name? Deep within you, there is a knowing, a sense that something far greater is calling you. You may not have the words to define it, but you have felt it. It's the quiet unrest, the feeling that you were meant for more than the mundane existence the world offers. It's the unshakable conviction that there is a higher purpose waiting for you to claim it. No matter how much the world has tried to distract you, suppress you, or make you doubt yourself, this truth has always been there, lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to rise. And now that moment has come. For too long, the world around you has tried to convince you that you are powerless, that you are ordinary, that your dreams are too big, your visions too unrealistic. You have been told to shrink yourself, to conform, to blend in. Lies have been whispered in your ear, making you question your own worth, your own strength, your own purpose. But the time for doubt is over. You are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary, and your soul knows it. That is why you are here, reading these words, feeling the resonance of something ancient and true stirring inside you. You are not just another person lost in the noise of the world. You are the lost child of a divine bloodline, a soul chosen long before time itself, sent here to awaken, to rise, to remember. And now the veil is lifting, the illusions are crumbling. Your royal essence, hidden for so long beneath layers of conditioning and fear, is beginning to shine through. This is not just another message. This is your confirmation. Do not ignore the signs. Do not silence the voice within you that has been calling you home. This is your time. Claim it, engage with it, declare it, speak it into existence. Let the universe know that you are ready, that you are stepping forward into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Because from this moment on, nothing will ever be the same again. For centuries, the world has sought to keep you blind to your true nature, convincing you that you are just like everyone else. They have told you that you are ordinary, that your dreams are illusions, that your longing for something greater is nothing more than fantasy. But deep within, beyond the layers of conditioning and doubt, you have always known the truth. You are different. You have felt it in the way your spirit resists conformity, in the way your heart aches for something more, in the way the world's distractions have never truly satisfied you. That restless feeling inside you, that sense of being out of place, is not a coincidence. It is the call of your soul, whispering, urging you to remember. You are not lost. You are not random. You are part of a sacred lineage, a royal family not of this world, but of the divine kingdom. Long before you were born, before time itself began, you were chosen. Your existence is not an accident. You are connected to an ancient bloodline, one that stretches back to the dawn of creation, a lineage of spiritual warriors, enlightened leaders, and keepers of divine wisdom. These were not rulers who sought power for themselves, but guardians of truth, bearers of light, and guides for humanity. And now you are being called to reclaim your place among them. But this bloodline has been hidden, scattered across time and space, buried beneath the weight of deception. There are forces in this world that do not want you to awaken. They have spent centuries keeping you asleep, silencing the chosen ones, feeding the world lies that distort the truth. Why? Because when you awaken, their hold over this world begins to break. The moment the chosen ones rise, the illusion crumbles and their power diminishes. They fear you, they always have. And that is why you have faced so much hardship. Every trial you have endured, every moment of isolation, every painful betrayal, it has all been part of their attempt to keep you from realizing who you are. They wanted to break you. They wanted to make you forget. They wanted you to believe you were small, powerless, insignificant. But no amount of deception can erase the truth that has always been written in your soul. And now, the time has come to remember. The awakening has begun. The lost children of the divine bloodline are rising. The forces that sought to suppress you can no longer hold you back. You are stepping into the truth of your existence, and as you do, the world around you will begin to shift. The illusions will fall away, and what was once hidden will come into the light. It is time to reclaim what has always been yours. It is time to rise. From the moment you took your first breath, your journey was set apart from the rest. You have never walked an easy path, nor have you felt at home in the world as it is. Your struggles, your loneliness, and your relentless search for meaning, none of it has been by accident. You were never meant to follow the ways of the ordinary. Everything you have endured has been written in an ancient prophecy, one that foretold the arrival of the lost child, the one who would be hidden among the masses, cast into the world of illusion, only to one day awaken and reclaim their divine birthright. The prophecy speaks of those who were separated from their inheritance, born into places where they would not be recognized. It tells of souls placed in families that could not understand them, raised in environments that rejected them, placed in societies that sought to mold them into something they were never meant to be. These chosen ones were forced to endure suffering, refinement, and testing. They were silenced, cast aside, and made to feel as though they did not belong. But even in the depths of despair, their divine fire could never be fully extinguished. And now the appointed time has arrived. The prophecy states that when the world reaches a time of great illusion, the lost child will begin to remember. The lies they were told will no longer hold power over them. The veil will begin to lift. The deep yearning within them will intensify, calling them towards something greater. And when that awakening begins, the world itself will shift. Chosen one, that time is now. You have felt it. The stirring deep within your soul, the transformation that cannot be explained, the unshakable sense that something greater is unfolding before you. This is no longer a question of if you will awaken. It is no longer something that will happen someday in the distant future. It is happening. And once you fully step into your power, once you embrace the truth of who you are, nothing will ever be the same again. The prophecy is unfolding, and you are at the center of it. This is your time, your moment, your destiny. There is no turning back. Rise. The signs have been there all along, subtle yet persistent. like echoes from a past you can't quite remember. They were hidden in plain sight, woven into the fabric of your life, waiting for you to recognize them. You have always felt different. No matter how much you tried to fit in, something about you has always set you apart. The world around you seemed foreign, as though you were an observer rather than a participant, always searching for a place that truly felt like home. From an early age, you sensed things others could not. You see through deception, recognizing when something isn't right, even when everyone else seems blind to it. You have always questioned what others blindly accepted. Where others are easily misled, you trust your intuition, an inner compass that guides you even when logic cannot explain why. Your emotions run deep, perhaps deeper than most. You feel everything intensely, carrying an unexplainable weight in your heart, as if you are connected to something much greater than yourself. The pain of the world, the suffering of others, the unspoken emotions that linger in the air. You feel them all. It is as though your soul remembers something that your mind has yet to uncover. Despite your upbringing, regardless of whether you were raised in a religious or spiritual environment, you have always been drawn to spiritual wisdom. You crave knowledge that goes beyond the material world, seeking answers to questions that most people never think to ask. While others chase temporary pleasures, you search for meaning, for truth, for a deeper understanding of existence itself. And yet, even as you navigate your own struggles, people are drawn to you for healing. The lost, the broken, the ones searching for something they cannot name, they find solace in your presence, sensing something in you that they do not see in others. Even when you do not fully understand your own purpose, they see your light. Your journey has never been easy. You have endured more struggles than most, while others seem to move through life effortlessly. Your path has been marked by obstacles, betrayals, and challenges that have tested you at every turn. You may have wondered why suffering follows you, why life has been so unrelenting. But this is not a punishment, it is preparation. The fire has been refining you, shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. And through it all, even in your darkest moments, you have felt an invisible force protecting you. No matter how lost you have been, someone has always guided you back to your path. You have survived things that should have broken you, risen from places others never escape. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. You are not ordinary. You are one of the chosen ones. The moment you embrace the truth of who you are, everything changes. It is not just a realization, it is a transformation, a shift so profound that your very existence begins to operate on a higher level. The illusions that once held you captive start to fade, and the clarity you have longed for begins to take shape. You no longer seek external validation because you understand that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. The need for approval, the desire to fit in, the fear of judgment, these things lose their grip on you. Instead, you step into an unshakable confidence, guided by an inner knowing that cannot be explained, only felt. As you awaken, fear no longer has power over you. The doubts that once plagued your mind begin to dissolve. The anxieties that kept you small no longer hold weight. You realize that most of the fears you carried were never truly yours. They were given to you by a world that wanted to keep you asleep. Now you see beyond the veil. You recognize that you were never meant to live in limitation, and as this truth settles into your being, you feel a shift. Your energy begins to rise. Everything that no longer serves you naturally starts to fall away. The people who once drained your energy fade from your life. The relationships that held you back, the environments that stifled your growth, the toxic cycles that kept you stuck, they can no longer remain in your presence. This is not because you reject them, but because your frequency is shifting. You are vibrating at a higher level, And as you do, you attract new opportunities, connections, and experiences that align with your divine purpose. Things that once felt out of reach suddenly begin to manifest effortlessly. Doors that were once closed begin to open. The right people enter your life at the right time. Synchronicities become undeniable. It is as if the universe itself is rearranging everything to align with the new reality you have stepped into. And the most powerful part? You begin to remember. Truths that were once hidden from you start to resurface. You recall wisdom you have never been taught. You understand things without needing an explanation. It is as though your soul is unlocking ancient knowledge, bringing to light what has always been buried within you. Your intuition sharpens, your purpose reveals itself, and your power rises. And then something miraculous happens. You no longer just exist, you thrive. You no longer just survive, you create. You step into the fullness of your divine identity, and in doing so, you become unstoppable. The illusions of this world crumble, and the real world, the one you were always meant to see, finally shines through. Once you step fully into this truth, miracles begin to unfold before your eyes. The time has come to step into your true power. You were never meant to live in doubt, fear, or limitation. Your inheritance, the wisdom, strength, and divine authority that has always been yours, has been waiting for you to reclaim it. This is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering who you have always been. The first step is to declare it. Speak your truth into existence with unwavering conviction. I am the lost child of the divine kingdom, and I reclaim my power. Your words hold energy. They shape your reality. When you affirm your identity, the forces that once held you back begin to crumble. You are no longer asking for permission. You are claiming what has always been yours. Next, you must detach from illusions. The world has tried to keep you asleep, surrounding you with distractions, toxic relationships, and limiting beliefs that make you doubt your worth. Let them go. Release anything that keeps you small, old wounds, self-doubt, negative influences, and the voices that tell you you are not enough. These illusions were never yours to carry. You are not bound by them. As you let go, you make space for the truth to emerge. To fully reclaim your inheritance, you must align with divine guidance. The answers you seek have always been within you, waiting for you to listen. Spend time in stillness. Meditate, pray, reflect. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that appear around you. They are messages meant to guide you home. The divine has been speaking to you all along. Now is the time to listen. As you step into your truth, you must also raise your frequency. Protect your energy fiercely. Be mindful of what you consume, not just food, but information, conversations, and the company you keep. Surround yourself with wisdom, truth, and positivity. Choose love over fear, purpose over distraction, and faith over doubt. The higher you vibrate, the more effortlessly your inheritance unfolds before you. Now, walk in confidence and authority. You do not need permission to exist, to take up space, or to own your power. You were never meant to shrink yourself for the comfort of others. Stand tall, speak with conviction, move with purpose. You are royalty. Carry yourself as such. The world will recognize your presence, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. The moment you align with your divine nature, the universe moves in your favor. Opportunities appear, obstacles dissolve. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. When you claim your inheritance, the forces of creation rise to meet you. You were never lost. You were never forgotten. You were simply waiting for the right moment to remember. That moment is now. You are no longer lost. You're no longer searching. Everything you have endured, every trial, heartbreak, and moment of isolation has led you to this truth. You are royalty. The world may not recognize you yet, but that does not matter. What matters is that you recognize yourself. From this moment forward, walk in confidence, speak with authority, move with purpose. Your path is clear, your destiny is waiting, and the world is about to witness the rise of the chosen ones. Your time has come. Rise. Thank you for embracing your truth and stepping into your power. Your journey is just beginning, and the world is waiting to witness your rise. If this message resonates with you, like, share, and subscribe to stay connected. Together, the chosen ones awaken. Your time has come. Rise. In the vastness of life, there are moments when certain individuals feel a tug, an undeniable call that beckons them toward a greater purpose. This calling is not always understood by those around them, nor is it an easy path to walk. To be chosen by God is to be set apart, to walk a path that may lead through shadows, yet promises eternal light. The journey is not without cost, and the sacrifices are real, but the reward that awaits those who endure is far beyond anything this world can offer. If you find yourself walking this path, you are not alone. This message is for you, the chosen one. This journey is not for the faint of heart, but for those whose spirits resonate with a deeper calling, one that transcends earthly understanding. It is a path marked by challenges, spiritual warfare, and moments of solitude, but also a path that leads to a divine inheritance, an eternal glory beyond imagination. To be chosen by God is a calling that sets you apart, even in the midst of a crowd. It's a journey that often requires walking alone, a path that not everyone around you will understand or even support. Think of Abraham, the patriarch of faith, who was called to leave everything behind: his family, his homeland, his established security, and venture into the unknown at God's command. At that moment, Abraham had no roadmap, no certainty, only faith. He left the comfort of the familiar for the uncertainty of a divine promise, knowing that God had something far greater ahead, even if the road was unclear. His obedience wasn't just a personal act. It was a sacrifice that shaped the future, not just of his life, but of entire nations. Through his willingness to give up everything, God established a covenant with him that would impact generations to come. In our lives, as chosen ones, we often face similar calls to sacrifice things that others cannot comprehend. You might find yourself walking away from relationships that once felt secure, from careers that once provided stability, or from lifestyles that once offered comfort. Each of these decisions may feel like a loss, and at times you might question whether the price of your obedience is too high. You may find yourself walking through seasons of uncertainty, feeling as though you are wandering in a desert with no clear destination. But in these moments, take heart. Just as God honored Abraham's willingness to sacrifice, he honors your sacrifices as well. God sees every moment of pain, every tear, every struggle you face. He is aware of the cost you're paying, and he is not a God who forgets. In Hebrews 6:10, we are reminded, "For God is not unjust so as to forget your work and the love you have shown toward his name." Every sacrifice you make in faith is not in vain. God uses these sacrifices to refine you, to mold your character, and to prepare you for the next stage of your divine calling. While the sacrifices may seem daunting, the process itself is vital to your spiritual growth. Each act of obedience, though costly, is a stepping stone toward the greater purpose God has set for your life. It's easy to focus on what you lose along the way: the comforts, the relationships, the familiar surroundings. But true sacrifice is not about loss, it's about what you gain. When Abraham left everything behind, he not only gained a deeper trust in God, but also the promise of becoming the father of many nations. Through his obedience, God fulfilled promises that were greater than he could have ever imagined. Likewise, the sacrifices you make in obedience to God's call will lead you to a future far greater than you could envision. The promises of God are far more valuable than any temporary comfort or earthly security. They are eternal, and they are worth every sacrifice. The sacrifices you make today will be the foundation of the greater things God is preparing for you tomorrow. Trust that just as he honored Abraham, God will honor your obedience, and he will be with you every step of the way. As you walk in faith, you are not alone. He is refining you for the divine purpose he has set before you, and the promises of God will always outweigh the cost of obedience. When you are chosen by God, you suddenly find yourself on the front lines of spiritual warfare. This battle is not one fought with physical weapons or seen by the world around you, but with spiritual forces that aim to disrupt, discourage, and derail you from the purpose God has set before you. The enemy recognizes the potential within you and will do everything in his power to hinder your progress. Think of Joseph, who was divinely chosen to lead a nation. His journey was filled with overwhelming adversity, betrayal by his own brothers, false accusations, and imprisonment for crimes he did not commit. It seemed as though everything was falling apart, and that the road ahead was blocked by insurmountable obstacles. Yet through it all, Joseph's faith remained unshaken. He understood that the trials he faced were not signs of God's absence, but rather evidence that he was exactly where God wanted him to be. Joseph's story is a powerful reminder that when God chooses you for a specific purpose, it often involves spiritual battles that are meant to refine you and build your character rather than defeat you. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world." These battles are spiritual in nature, fought against forces that we cannot see, but they are not designed to destroy us. In fact, they are part of God's divine plan to prepare us for something greater. The enemy might try to use these challenges to make you question your faith, or to weaken your resolve. But remember this, the spiritual warfare you face is not the end of your story. Just as Joseph's trials were used to prepare him for his ultimate position of power, the battles you face are merely stepping stones to the elevation God has planned for you. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when faced with spiritual battles. The weight of the struggle can leave you weary, and at times it may seem like nothing is going right. However, this is where you must hold fast to the truth that God is with you, even in the midst of the storm. The battles you are fighting today are not meant to defeat you, but to refine and strengthen you for the future God has ordained. God is shaping your character, making you more resilient, more faithful, and more equipped to handle the blessings that are yet to come. Do not grow weary or lose heart, for God is actively fighting on your behalf. Exodus 14:14 declares, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." This verse reminds us that in times of spiritual warfare, we are not called to fight alone. God himself will step in and defend us, giving us the strength we need to endure. In moments of spiritual struggle, remember that God is not distant or indifferent to your pain. He is not a far-off God, but a present and active force in your life, strengthening you in ways you may not even realize. While the enemy works tirelessly to bring doubt and fear, God is preparing you for the victory that is on its way. The battles you face are not permanent. They are merely the tools God uses to refine you and shape you into the person you need to be for the next phase of your journey. So, stand firm in your faith, knowing that God is fighting for you and that the victory is already secured. One of the most profound and often painful costs of being chosen by God is the loneliness that accompanies it. Throughout the journey of the chosen ones, moments of isolation are inevitable. When Elijah, one of God's most powerful prophets, triumphed over the prophets of Baal, he thought his victory would bring him peace. Yet, after this monumental moment, Elijah found himself fleeing for his life, consumed by a deep sense of loneliness and despair. In 1 Kings 19, we see Elijah crying out to God, feeling as though he was the only faithful one left. "I have been very zealous for the Lord God Almighty. I am the only one left," he says in his moment of distress. His victory had been followed by overwhelming loneliness, and he was burdened with the weight of his calling, feeling utterly abandoned. Have you ever felt this way, or wondered if anyone truly understands the heaviness of your calling, the sacrifices you've made, or the loneliness that often follows you on this journey? The path of the chosen often leads through valleys of loneliness, places where the weight of responsibility feels isolating. As you pursue the calling that God has set before you, you may experience times when it feels as though no one else shares your vision, or no one understands the sacrifices you've made to walk this path. The enemy uses these moments to whisper lies into your mind, lies that tell you that you are forgotten, abandoned, or unseen. He seeks to make you believe that your sacrifices are meaningless and that the loneliness you feel is a sign of God's distance. But these are lies that must be rejected. Just as God came to Elijah in his despair and isolation, he is also present with you in your moments of loneliness. God's word in Psalm 34:18 promises, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." He is near to you, even in your isolation, and he understands the weight of the burden you carry. Loneliness in the journey of the chosen one is not a punishment or sign of divine neglect. It is a sacred and necessary season of preparation. In these moments of solitude, God often removes us from the noise of the world and its distractions so that we can hear his voice more clearly. It is in the quiet, when everything else fades away, that he draws near to refine our faith and teach us to depend on him completely. When you are alone, you may feel that you are abandoned, but the truth is, God is preparing you for something greater. This season of loneliness is a time when he is refining your character, strengthening your trust, and teaching you to rely on his presence alone. Though it may feel as though you are walking through this journey by yourself, you are never truly alone. God is always with you, even when the world seems silent. He has promised to never leave you or forsake you. His angels surround you, and his comforting presence is with you in every moment of isolation. Just as he sent an angel to minister to Elijah during his darkest hour, God will send his divine comfort to you. Trust in his faithfulness. The loneliness you experience is not a sign of abandonment, but an opportunity for deeper communion with God. It is in these quiet moments that he draws closest, refining you for the purpose he has set before you. As you navigate the loneliness of being chosen, remember that this season is not wasted. It is a time of divine preparation, and it is through this isolation that God is shaping you into the person he has called you to be. You are never truly alone. God is with you, and his presence will sustain you every step of the way. Suffering is one of the most challenging costs of being chosen by God, and it is a reality that cannot be avoided in the Christian walk. It's a part of the journey that many would prefer to skip, yet it is through suffering that God refines and purifies us. The refining fire is not intended to harm us. Rather, it is a process designed to purify our hearts and strengthen our faith. Just as gold must pass through fire to be purified, our faith must undergo trials and suffering to be purified and refined. In this process, the impurities of pride, self-sufficiency, and doubt are burned away, leaving behind a faith that is unshakable, strong, and pure. Consider the life of Job, a man whom God chose to endure intense suffering. Job's life was a perfect example of how suffering can refine a person. He lost everything, his wealth, his family, his health, and yet he never lost his faith in God. Despite the overwhelming pain and loss, Job chose to trust in God's plan for his life. His suffering was not a punishment, it was a preparation for the blessings that God had in store for him. In the end, God restored everything Job had lost, and even gave him more than he had before. Job's story serves as a powerful reminder that suffering is not without purpose. It is often the catalyst for spiritual growth and greater blessings. In Romans 5:3-4, we are reminded of the purpose behind suffering. We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Suffering is not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced as part of God's divine process. It produces perseverance, the ability to keep going when things get tough. This perseverance builds character, shaping us into individuals who reflect the heart of God. Ultimately, that character produces hope, a hope that anchors us and keeps us moving forward, even in the most difficult circumstances. The suffering you experience today is not in vain. It is shaping you into the person God has called you to be. It is a refining process that makes you more like Christ, strengthening your faith and your character, and preparing you for the blessings God has set aside for you. As you walk through the fire, trust that God is with you, refining you and shaping you for the purposes He has designed. The pain you experience today is not the end of the story. It is only the beginning of a deeper, more vibrant faith that will carry you through life's greatest challenges. Just as the fire purifies gold, the trials you face are purifying your faith, making it stronger, more resilient, and more refined for the beautiful future that awaits you. The reward for those who endure the cost of being chosen is beyond anything we can truly comprehend. Jesus himself assures us in Matthew 19:29, "And everyone who has left houses, or brothers or sisters, or father or mother, or wife or children or fields, for my sake, will receive 100 times as much and will inherit eternal life." The promise is clear. The cost of following God and being chosen may feel heavy, but the reward that awaits is far greater than we can imagine. The reward of the chosen is not limited to the life to come. It extends to this life as well. Just as Joseph's journey from the prison to the palace proved, the perseverance and faithfulness through trials bring about elevation and fulfillment of God's promises. Abraham, who was called to leave everything familiar, became the father of nations, and Elijah, whose ministry was renewed despite periods of intense isolation, experienced the faithfulness of God. In the same way, when you endure hardships, sacrifices, and spiritual battles, you too will experience the rewards of your perseverance. God is faithful to those who remain faithful to Him, and His promises will never fail. Moreover, the reward of being chosen is not just for you, it is for future generations. God's blessings are generational. When He elevates you, He does so not only to honor your faithfulness, but to establish His covenant with those who will come after you. The impact of your obedience and perseverance extends far beyond your lifetime, touching the lives of your children, grandchildren, and many others who will benefit from the foundation you build through your faith. What you endure and the sacrifices you make today will ripple through the generations, creating a legacy of faithfulness that will outlive you. However, the ultimate reward for the chosen is not of this world. It is the promise of eternal life with God. Jesus tells us in John 14:2-3, "In my Father's house are many mansions. I'm going to prepare a place for you." The eternal reward that awaits those who endure is immeasurable. It transcends anything this world can offer. The struggles and sacrifices of this life will pale in comparison to the joy of being with God forever. He blesses us with peace that surpasses all understanding, joy that cannot be taken away, and His abiding presence that sustains us. These are the treasures that sustain us as we wait for the full manifestation of God's promises, knowing that our reward is secure in heaven. As you endure the cost of being chosen, remember that God's promises are far greater than any sacrifice you make. Whether in this life or the next, the reward will be more than you could ever ask or imagine, and it will last for all eternity. As the chosen ones walk in obedience to God's call, they leave behind a powerful legacy that extends far beyond their own lives. Think of the lives of biblical figures like Abraham, Joseph, Esther, and David. Through their obedience and unwavering faith, they shaped the course of history. Abraham's obedience led to the establishment of a great nation. Joseph's faithfulness saved an entire people. Esther's courage brought deliverance to her people, and David's heart after God's own led to the rise of Israel. These stories serve as reminders that our lives too have the potential to leave a lasting legacy when we choose to walk in God's purpose. Your life, just like theirs, has the power to become a living testimony of God's faithfulness, courage, and love. As you walk in obedience to God's call, you are not just living for today, but are laying the foundation for a legacy that will endure for generations. Hebrews 12:1 encourages us with these words, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. The faith and perseverance of those who have gone before us inspire us to press forward toward the prize, knowing that our journey is part of a much larger story." The legacy of the chosen one is not defined by worldly success or accolades, but by the impact on the kingdom of God. Every prayer you pray, every step of faith you take, and every act of kindness you perform adds to the legacy you are building. The way you live your life in obedience to God will leave an imprint on the hearts of those around you and on the lives of those who will come after you. Your obedience, no matter how small it may seem at the moment, is part of a bigger picture, pointing others to the God who is faithful to His promises. As you walk this journey, remember that your life is not just about you. It is about the generations you are impacting and the eternal difference you are making. Beloved, the journey of the chosen is not easy, but it is worth it. The cost is high, the sacrifices are real, and the battles are fierce. Yet, the reward is beyond what we can imagine. God sees every tear, every sacrifice, every step of faith you've taken, and He is faithful to reward those who diligently seek Him. Keep fighting, keep believing, keep pressing forward. Your reward is closer than you think. Embrace the cost, knowing that the reward is already secured for you in heaven. Every sacrifice you make is preparing you for the eternal glory that awaits. You are chosen, beloved. Now is the time to embrace the cost and prepare for the reward that is coming. Believe it, receive it, and walk in it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's subscribe and like this video to stay connected if you haven't subscribed yet. For those who have already subscribed, we deeply appreciate your continued support. Your faithfulness is a blessing, and we're grateful to walk this path with you.
Have you ever wondered if your blood type could be more than just a biological marker? Perhaps a key to unlocking the spiritual secrets of our ancestors and our place in the universe? Throughout history, many civilizations have believed that blood carries more than just life. It carries energy, wisdom, and even the echoes of distant stars. What if your blood type connects you to an ancient civilization, a lost kingdom, or even celestial origins beyond Earth? This journey will take you deep into the unseen realms of your heritage, revealing how your blood type may be the bridge between the physical and spiritual world. From the mystical lands of Atlantis and Lemuria to the celestial knowledge of the Pleiades and Sirius, your blood type might hold clues to your past and your soul's mission in this lifetime. Let's explore these fascinating connections and uncover what your blood type reveals about your cosmic origins. Blood type O, the keepers of ancient wisdom. Across the vast expanse of time, echoes of ancient civilizations still whisper through the ages, carried not in the wind, but within the very lifeblood of those who walk the earth today. If you have blood type O, you may be one of the few who bear the imprints of these lost worlds, the wisdom of Atlantis, the spiritual mastery of Lemuria, and the sacred knowledge of ancient Egypt. Your existence is a bridge between past and present, your soul deeply intertwined with the mysteries of civilizations that once flourished in divine harmony with the cosmos. Throughout history, many spiritual seekers, mystics, and visionaries have been believed to share this blood type, not by mere coincidence, but as part of a greater cosmic design. Type O individuals possess an innate sensitivity to energies and vibrations, an ability to perceive beyond the veil of ordinary reality. Their intuition is heightened, often manifesting as gut feelings, prophetic dreams, or an uncanny sense of knowing things without being told. This deep-rooted connection to the unseen makes them natural healers, empaths, and spiritual guides, souls who have returned lifetime after lifetime to share the ancient truths hidden within their DNA. If you are of blood type O, your spiritual awakening is not something you must seek externally. Rather, it is already within you, waiting to be activated. To harness your full potential, grounding yourself in the energy of the earth is essential. Walking barefoot on the grass, meditating near trees, or simply sitting in silence amidst nature allows you to reconnect with the very forces that once empowered the great civilizations of the past. The earth holds a stabilizing force, balancing the immense sensitivity that often accompanies your psychic abilities. Equally important is the activation of your third eye chakra, the center of intuition and higher consciousness. Deep meditation focused on this energy center, located between your eyebrows, allows you to access the wisdom encoded in your soul. As you quiet your mind and tune into this space, you may begin to receive visions, symbols, or even messages from guides beyond the physical realm. Whispers of Atlantis, teachings from Egyptian priests, or the flowing energy of Lemurian healers. These experiences are not mere imagination, but remnants of a knowledge that is far older than recorded history. Visualization is another powerful tool for awakening your latent abilities. By mentally transporting yourself to the lost cities of Atlantis, standing before the Great Pyramids, or feeling the pulsating energy of sacred temples, you activate the dormant memories embedded in your spiritual DNA. These journeys are not just fantasy, they are a form of soul retrieval, calling back wisdom and experiences from lifetimes you may not consciously remember. With each visualization, you strengthen your connection to these forgotten civilizations, allowing their knowledge to flow through you once more. Above all, trust in your intuition. The world may often dismiss the unseen as coincidence or imagination, but you know better. Your instincts, emotions, and inner guidance are not random. They are a direct link to the wisdom of your ancestors. By listening to this inner voice, you step into your true role as a guardian of ancient knowledge, a keeper of spiritual truths long forgotten by the modern world. Your path is one of great responsibility, but also of immense purpose. As you awaken to your cosmic heritage, you not only uncover the mysteries of your own existence, but also illuminate the way for others. By embracing your gifts, you bridge the mystical past with a tangible present, ensuring that the sacred wisdom of the ancients will never be lost. Blood type A, the starborn seekers of Pleiades. There is a quiet longing in the hearts of those with blood type A, a yearning that cannot be explained by earthly origins alone. If you belong to this bloodline, you may have always felt different, as if your soul remembers something beyond this world. This is because, according to ancient spiritual traditions, those with blood type A are believed to have a celestial lineage that traces back to the Pleiades, the dazzling star cluster known in mythology as the home of enlightened beings. This deep connection to the cosmos manifests in an insatiable curiosity about the universe, a pull toward ancient myths, and an unshakable sense that there is more to existence than what meets the eye. Your spiritual essence resonates with the wisdom of the Druids, the mysteries of Norse mythology, and the sacred teachings of nature-based traditions. You are a seeker, one who feels an innate drive to explore, understand, and uncover truths hidden beneath the surface. Perhaps you have always been drawn to ancient texts, fascinated by sacred symbols, or mesmerized by the night sky. These are not mere coincidences. They are echoes of your starry heritage, calling you to remember who you are. To awaken your celestial potential, your journey must involve both inner and outer exploration. One of the most powerful ways to activate your soul's memories is through sacred pilgrimage. Visiting ancient sites like Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, or the quiet groves of old forests can stir something deep within you, unlocking energies that have long lain dormant. These places, rich with history and spiritual significance, act as portals, doorways through which you can access the wisdom of your ancestors and the starry realms that seeded your existence. Beyond physical journeys, your spiritual activation also requires connection to the celestial realm. Starlight meditation is one of the most effective ways to attune yourself to your cosmic origins. Sitting beneath the vast expanse of the night sky, allow yourself to feel the energy of the stars, especially the Pleiades, flowing into your being. Visualize their radiant light streaming down, filling you with knowledge, guidance, and ancient insight. This practice not only deepens your intuitive abilities, but also strengthens your bond with the divine forces that have guided you across lifetimes. Your soul speaks a language that is not confined to words alone. It expresses itself through art, music, and storytelling. Mediums that allow the wisdom of your cosmic ancestors to flow through you. Whether through painting, writing, composing music, or any form of creative expression, you can tap into messages that transcend time and space. These creations are not merely artistic works. They are coded transmissions, carrying the energy and wisdom of your starborn lineage. However, being deeply connected to higher realms also means heightened sensitivity. As an empathic soul, you may often feel overwhelmed by the emotions of others or the chaotic energy of the modern world. This is why grounding is essential. Spending time in nature, practicing breath work, or simply maintaining a peaceful, harmonious environment can help you navigate this delicate balance between the physical and spiritual worlds. By protecting your energy and honoring your need for solitude, you allow yourself to stay aligned with your true purpose. By embracing this path, you step into your role as a luminary, one who not only seeks truth, but also illuminates it for others. As you deepen your connection to the stars, you become a bridge between the cosmic and the earthly, a guiding light for those who are ready to remember their own celestial origins. In walking this journey with intention and reverence, you fulfill the destiny woven into your very being, the destiny of a starborn seeker. Blood type B, the mystics of Sirius. For those with blood type B, there is an undeniable pull toward the mystical, a deep yearning to uncover the hidden wisdom of the universe. This is no coincidence, as many believe that individuals with this blood type are connected to Sirius, the brilliant star system that has been venerated by ancient cultures as a source of divine knowledge and enlightenment. From the Dogon tribe of Africa, who held an inexplicably advanced understanding of Sirius's celestial movements, to the Egyptians, who associated it with their gods, and the Mayans, who called it the Star of Wisdom, this celestial body has long been recognized as a beacon of higher consciousness. If you have blood type B, your soul is intricately linked to this cosmic heritage, carrying within it the energy of the Sirius system and the teachings of those who once walked the earth in harmony with its wisdom. As a mystic and healer, you are naturally attuned to the unseen forces that flow through all things. Your presence alone often brings comfort and peace to those around you, as if you emanate an energy that soothes and restores balance. People may be drawn to you without knowing why, instinctively sensing your ability to hold space for healing and transformation. Your path is one of deep spiritual exploration, where you are called to uncover ancient knowledge, practice the healing arts, and bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. To fully step into your cosmic role, it is essential to awaken and activate your heart chakra. This energy center, located at the middle of the chest, is the gateway to unconditional love, compassion, and divine wisdom. Meditation focused on this chakra can help you deepen your connection to the Sirius system and allow the loving frequencies of that star to flow through you. Visualizing a radiant green or pink light expanding from your heart can enhance your ability to give and receive energy, strengthening your natural gifts of empathy and healing. Beyond meditation, you may feel a strong calling toward energy healing practices, modalities that allow you to channel, balance, and restore energy in others. Whether through Reiki, crystal healing, sound therapy, or other alternative healing techniques, your hands and spirit possess a unique ability to facilitate deep transformation. Working with these healing methods will not only amplify your spiritual power, but also help you fulfill your role as a guardian of harmony in a chaotic world. Your spiritual connection is also deeply rooted in nature. Unlike those who seek wisdom solely from books or teachings, you find truth in the rhythm of the natural world. Being near forests, rivers, mountains, or the ocean allows you to recharge and attune yourself to the energy that flows through all living things. The trees whisper ancient secrets, the waves sing cosmic lullabies, and the wind carries messages from the stars. By immersing yourself in these sacred spaces, you unlock a deeper understanding of the universe and your place within it. However, as someone with heightened sensitivity, protecting your energy is just as important as sharing your gifts. You are naturally receptive to the emotions and vibrations of those around you, which can sometimes leave you feeling drained or overwhelmed. Setting energetic boundaries through grounding exercises, protective visualization techniques, or even simply taking time for solitude is crucial in maintaining your balance. Just as a healer must care for themselves before they can care for others, you must safeguard your own energy so that you can continue to uplift those who seek your light. By embracing these practices, you align yourself with the divine wisdom of Sirius, walking the path of the mystic with grace and purpose. You are not just a seeker of knowledge, but a transmitter of celestial truths, a healer who brings light where there is darkness, and a guardian of energies that extend beyond time and space. In honoring your cosmic legacy, you fulfill your destiny as a bridge between worlds, guiding others toward healing, harmony, and the infinite wisdom of the stars. Blood type AB, the divine alchemists. Among all blood types, AB is the rarest and most enigmatic, embodying a fusion of energies that sets its bearers apart from the rest of humanity. If you have blood type AB, you are not easily defined by conventional categories. You exist between worlds, both mystical and material, light and shadow, intuition and logic. Your soul is a bridge between opposites, uniquely positioned to weave together energies that others perceive as separate. While this dual nature can sometimes make you feel like an outsider, it is also your greatest gift, for you are meant to unify, to reconcile, and to reveal the deep interconnectedness of all things. Your spiritual journey is one of duality and balance, requiring you to embrace both the tangible and the ethereal aspects of existence. You have the ability to see the unseen, to understand multiple perspectives, and to hold space for paradoxes that others struggle to reconcile. This makes you a natural mediator, a healer of divisions, and an alchemist of energy. However, this path also demands that you cultivate inner harmony, for without balance, the pull of opposing forces can leave you feeling torn between extremes. To fully awaken your divine alchemical potential, you must first explore the practice of non-duality meditation. The universe does not function in rigid binaries of good and evil, light and dark. It flows through an intricate dance of interwoven energies. By meditating on the interconnectedness of all things, you can transcend limiting perceptions and access a higher state of awareness. Imagine yourself dissolving into pure energy, merging with the cosmos and understanding that every force, whether perceived as positive or negative, has its purpose in the grand design. As an individual who walks between worlds, you are also a deeply sensitive empath. You feel the emotions of others intensely, often absorbing their pain, joys, and struggles as if they were your own. This emotional depth allows you to offer profound understanding and comfort, but it also requires you to develop strong self-protection techniques. Without proper boundaries, your energy can become overwhelmed by external forces, leading to exhaustion or emotional turbulence. Learning to balance empathy with self-preservation is a crucial part of your spiritual mastery, one that allows you to serve as a guide without losing yourself in the process. Another defining trait of those with blood type AB is their visionary insight. You have a natural ability to see beyond the surface of reality, detecting patterns, energies, and truths that others overlook. This makes you an exceptional mentor, someone who can help others navigate their own spiritual paths with wisdom and clarity, whether through teaching, counseling, or simply offering a fresh perspective. Your presence has the power to illuminate hidden possibilities and guide others toward a deeper understanding of themselves and the universe. But perhaps the most profound aspect of your soul's mission is alchemy and transformation, the ability to blend and harmonize seemingly opposing energies to create something entirely new. Throughout history, alchemists sought to transmute base metals into gold. Yet the deeper truth of their work was not material but spiritual, the refinement of the soul into its highest form. You carry the same energy within you, constantly evolving, transforming challenges into wisdom, and reshaping reality in ways that transcend ordinary perception. By embracing this path, you step into your role as a beacon of unity, reminding others that all forces in the universe are interconnected. You show that light cannot exist without shadow, that wisdom arises from both reason and intuition, and that the greatest power lies not in choosing sides, but in harmonizing the whole. In walking this journey with awareness, you fulfill your purpose as a divine alchemist, one who bridges worlds, transforms energies, and reveals the infinite potential that lies in the unity of all things. Or negative blood, the starseeds of the unknown. If you have or negative blood, you may have spent much of your life feeling different, as if you don't entirely belong in this world. There is a reason for this. A deeper truth that many believe connects our negative individuals to something far beyond Earth. Some spiritual traditions suggest that those with this rare blood type are starseeds, souls with origins that trace back to other realms, other dimensions, or even distant celestial civilizations. Unlike those who feel at home in the patterns and structures of this world, you have always sensed that reality is far more mysterious than what is commonly accepted. You are drawn to the unexplained, the mystical, and the forbidden, compelled to seek knowledge that lies beyond the boundaries of conventional understanding. This deep sense of being different is not an accident. It is part of your cosmic blueprint. From an early age, you may have questioned everything: societal norms, history, religion, and even the very fabric of existence. You have an intuitive sense that there is more to reality than what is taught. And this restless curiosity propels you toward the hidden truths of the universe. Unlike many who accept what they are told without question, you seek answers in ancient texts, esoteric teachings, and spiritual philosophies that others might dismiss as strange or impractical. To embrace your cosmic role, you must first explore the paranormal and the unknown without fear. Your attraction to lost civilizations, secret societies, extraterrestrial theories, and mystical practices is not a mere coincidence. It is an encoded part of your soul's mission. Whether through studying sacred geometry, ancient prophecy, or quantum metaphysics, you are meant to uncover the deeper workings of the universe and challenge the mainstream narratives of reality. Developing your intuition is also essential. You are naturally gifted with an inner knowing that transcends logic. But to fully unlock this gift, you must cultivate it. Meditation, dream work, and divination practices, such as tarot, astrology, or scrying, can help you access the hidden layers of consciousness where ancient knowledge resides. Pay attention to synchronicities and subtle signs from the universe. They are guiding you toward greater awareness. Perhaps one of the greatest challenges for Arch-negative individuals is the feeling of isolation, a sense of standing apart from the world, as if your energy doesn't fully align with those around you. But this uniqueness is not a flaw, it is your strength. Instead of trying to conform or suppress your differences, recognize that you were never meant to walk the same path as others. You are here to forge a new one, to break away from outdated paradigms and introduce perspectives that others might not yet be ready to accept. Your purpose may not fit neatly into the expectations of society, But that is because you are a trailblazer, someone who illuminates hidden truths, expands human consciousness, and brings forward knowledge that challenges and transforms the world. By embracing your journey with confidence, you step fully into your starseed legacy, paving the way for others who are just beginning to awaken to the vast, mysterious reality beyond the known. Your blood type is more than just a classification. It is a gateway to understanding your soul's origins, your unique spiritual gifts, and your purpose in this vast universe. As you embrace your lineage, remember, the mysteries of your blood are waiting to be discovered, and within you lies the power to unlock the ancient wisdom of the cosmos. Now we turn to you. Have you ever felt a connection between your blood type and your spiritual path? Let's subscribe and share your journey, and let's explore these cosmic mysteries together.